This is Harry Jaffa Boxing Social in association William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by Mark Tibbs. It's a big week for big Johnny Fisher. Good to get him back out. What can we expect this Saturday straight off the bat, mate?
Yeah, Johnny's an aggressive fighter, and I want still always going to be an aggressive fighter. Like to see him a bit more measured and controlled, and obviously hold them big ones off until he's got authority and consistency with his left hand. Yeah.
Did you want him to sort of get? Did you want him out earlier than this, than March, or was always March the date for you?
No, did we have? I'm pretty sure we was due to go out a bit earlier, if I remember rightly, and then it fell through, and we had a bit more time. And Johnny had a good opportunity. Went out to Las Vegas for some seasoning, and so good for him. No
Chinese seasoning, put it that way. I hope not. Anyway, but yeah, those sort of experiences going out there with Joe Joyce and the team. How much has that developed the young man?
Yeah, of course. Listen, as long as it's all handled right, which it is by his management company, SJAM, it's a great experience for Johnny Fisher. Someone like any young prospect, brilliant opportunity. Yeah.
Because he's been sparring such high level heavyweights at such a young age. Yeah, this is not every heavyweight, I believe, does this. Or this is an individual that does more than the rest. Do you think?
Well, you've got to. Because you spar and mix with world champions, that means it's going to make you one. But if you learn the craft, you learn the craft along the way. They've got to be explained it and understand why they are doing what they're doing, and someone like Johnny and his brain can digest it and make sense of it. That's experience.
Obviously, speaking to him earlier, he's in great shape. Always looks in great shape. Is there any difference that you've done in terms of this camp than any other previous ones?
No, Sonny Cannon is Johnny's strength and conditioner. He always does a great job with Johnny, and I wouldn't work with any other strength and conditioner, to tell the truth, because percentage-wise, if I says to Sonny, listen, not too much today, bit easy, 30%, 40%, 70%, he knows what I mean. And so he's done a good job in making sure he's balanced. More important than anything is balance. Fighters got to be balanced. They're not bodybuilders or weightlifters. Just need tweaking and balance. Yeah.
Speaking to you, mentioned there as well, you'd like to see him more measured in his approach. Is this his first 8 rounds? Is it an 8-round fight on Saturday?
Yes, it's his 8th fight and his first 8 rounds.
With it being 8 rounds, then, do you feel that would hopefully mean that we're going to see a measured approach now? Because there's obviously longer rounds and more time to go. Do you reckon that will be the case? Or?
Yeah, well, listen, he ain't got to think about it too much, to tell the truth, because it ain't no different to 6 4-rounds. It comes back, you feel a little bit spent at the end of the round all the time, and then you sit down and you're recovered, because that's our job to get him in that shape for recovery. So an extra 2 rounds is nothing, and once he gets it out of the way, he'll know what I mean. It's nothing. It's just it'll be over in a flash. But he's got to embrace and welcome every second of every minute of every round.
Yeah, but it must be a delight to train with. In terms of the social media fame, and obviously the fame, we've got the high-profile events like this. Not going to his head at all. It must be a delight to have someone that's not got an ego to train with, I guess.
No, he's very grounded individual. He always has been. And he's a pleasure to work with. He really is, yeah.
You've got a foot in either, the misfit stuff with the El Brook thing and stuff, and with Johnny Fisher, obviously, and Bridges with the professional ranks. Obviously, you've seen both sort of sides of the sport. I spoke to Johnny earlier, and obviously with the Jake Paul, Tommy Fury stuff, the misfit stuff coming out, a lot of boxers are saying that we could take something from the misfits in terms of the profile, etc. You've done both. What do you see in terms of the misfit stuff and the sort of conventional boxing aspects?
Well, my first notice, the first thing I noticed was the crowd, the people. I mean, with El Brook at Wembley on the last fight, it was misfits, and it was like walking out to an 0-2 Dillian White versus whoever we used to fight pay-per-view, 20,000 fans. It was absolutely electric. and that was really refreshing and strange. But you know, you got to just welcome that, and that was like, and listen, that was the second fight on, and right through to the last fight, it was like that. It was like that, and they were entertaining. I must say, you know, it wasn't the craft of professional boxing, but it was entertaining, very well matched, and very well entertaining. It was like. The production was fantastic, and yeah. So I think if you can take anything from it, I think hopefully a little summary there.
No, but I think that's right. And I spoke to Johnny earlier, and he said, look, a lot of them don't train like they should do, but you've got someone in Elbrook that trains, obviously with you and the team. She takes it proper seriously. She's a bit different than all the others, I'd have said.
Well, that's really nice of you to say that, because you know I train Elbrook the same way I would train any professional. Yeah. And she's very fortunate to be able to put the time into her training, and that's why she looks. That's why she's developed a little. She takes it serious. She takes it very serious, and I do. I wouldn't waste my time with people.
It's a mark on you, I guess, if she turns out.
It's a reflection, and that's what, you know, I've always been that way. You know what I mean? I've always been that way. So I try and make them the best they can be, with the pedigree, or in Elle's case, she ain't got no pedigree. But listen, we know what we'll get in front of us. I want to make you the best you can be to do the job in the most colourful fashion possible.
And it's dangerous as well. That's one of the main things. So you need someone in there to be able to show them how to protect themselves at all time. But moving back to Johnny, speaking to him early on today, English title, conventional area title, is that the route that we're hoping going for by the end of the year?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I think towards the end of the year, I think his management, SJAM, would look towards knocking on doors of area title for sure, 100%, yeah.
Obviously, with the heavyweight to your left now, doing an interview, obviously you've got a view on the heavyweight landscape as a whole, perhaps. Tyson Fury Usyk, the split and the arguments they're going forth, how damaging if that fight doesn't happen, do you think?
It would be a sickener, wouldn't it, for everyone? I mean, I really believe it's them two competitors, as in Usyk and Tyson, the most cutest fighters in the world today, and rightly so. It's big business, so it's going to be tricky and a long process to get it nailed down. But they owe it to us, don't they? So they owe it to us, don't they? So like, listen, stop fanning around, get it down, because we want to see it. We need it. Professional boxing needs it.
Totally agree. Oh, Joshua Franklin as well. Spoke to Joe. I think that is a good fight, a good comeback fight for AJ. Do you believe the same?
100%. It's a great fight for Anthony Joshua, and let's hope he comes out and does a demolition job on Franklin. I think he's equipped to. So it's about what's going on up here, and let's see him be the Anthony Joshua he was.
And finally, before we end, obviously the news and the interview that came out of Conor Benn and Piers Morgan. Just a thought on that one, if you can, for me.
I did watch it. I got to say, I did watch it. Do you know what? I wasn't going to watch it. I don't know why.
Well, to be honest, nothing came out that was any sort of different than we already knew anyway.
Why didn't I want to watch it? I didn't want to watch it. I've got no... People moan about Piers Morgan. I quite like him. You know what I mean? I quite like him. He's I quite like him. So I watched it. I did watch it in the end. I watched it, and to be fair, it was very different to I expected it to have been. I'm not going to tell you for why.
Why not?
No, it was very different. I expected. I don't think he didn't mess about, Piers, did he? He didn't mess about, but he played. You know, he didn't mess about, and I thought he would. I thought he'd fanny around and all, but he didn't. And he ain't a fanny merchant, is he?
I'm not obviously going to go into it too much. There's nothing to do in terms of what you. But
to be fair, I've not kept an eye on. Listen, when it first came out, obviously it's in the news daily about this what's gone on, and I haven't really gave it too much time because initially I saw what happened and that was it. But then it's going on and on and on. I think the more it's gone on, it's just made it all a bit confusing. You know what I mean? For everybody. It shouldn't be, but it is. Yeah.
Final word for Johnny Fisher. What can we expect Saturday night? Non-football army are coming as well. Obviously, you know full well.
Yeah, he's done 1,000 tickets, which is fantastic for Fisher, and that's really for his fans, and to travel up there, hotels, etc. It's very, very costly. So brilliant, loyal support from Fisher, Fisher's army, I should say, and I expect Johnny to do a fantastic job, and let's get the job done in good fashion, and let's look towards titles towards the end of the year.
Can you give me a boss before you go?
Say again?
Can you give me a boss before you go?
Do you know what? I can't do it like this lot do it. So no.
Top man.